going to focus specifically on a couple of standards. So what I want to try to do to get us to the point where by Thursday we're able to develop these standard-based lessons, 3-part lessons, and have units to go forth with. At the beginning of the year, we're going to introduce a couple of things, focus on a couple of standards, talk about vocabulary, specifically word walls, do some practicing, use literary text and informational text, and just build as we go. First, I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to go to the questions, because I just want you to focus on the actual content of the video. Know that you can actually let the students see the questions and understand the questions to help focus their learning before you see the video. You make that determination on which one you're going to do based on the students that you have. Another way to differentiate is to give people the actual lyrics to the song. Now, I actually want you to do the activity before we talk about it, because I think it's good to go through that process just like your students would. So, just like I would in a normal classroom situation, I showed you the video, you had an opportunity to just focus on the video. Now you see the questions. So of course, we're going to go back to the video. You have your focus, you know your questions that you need to answer, you're going to see the entire video again, understanding what you're focusing on. That's exactly what I would do in the classroom with middle school students.
So this is interactive notebook for 8th grade ELA, and this is a teacher version. So I have assignments written in here as far as what the student should do, but it's not the completed assignment because they're expected to complete that work on their own. But on the table of contents, they would basically fill in the topic for that page on the table of contents so they can reference it later, and all of their pages should be numbered in the notebook.
Being here this week with the LaVoulle group has been great. These few days have been wonderful. I've learned so much in the area of strategies, whether it be assessments with the students, differentiation, resources. There's just a whole lot. So I'm really appreciative of everything. Dr. LaVoulle is amazing. One of my favorites was definitely the closing strategy with the 4 corners. Although I've used 4 corners so many times, I've never looked at it as a visual. I've used it as a cognitive piece where the kids are going around and doing. I've never looked at it as a closing assessment. So if you learn such and such, stand here. If you learn such and such, stand here. If you feel like you worked on this was more impactful for you, stand here. That was great, because at the end you can see so many of us were in this area, so many of us was in that area, and it's kind of, you can get a glance around. So that's a great quick way also for the kinesthetic piece. So you're getting us to move, getting that movement. That was really great. Also, the many ways to differentiate. I enjoyed that. That was very helpful.